Hello, I'm your host, Johnny Freeborn. This is Central Valley Talk, and this is the business segment. We have a whole lineup here today. Starting off with Gregory Steen. He's here to talk about senior issues. So it's a pleasure to have you, Gregory.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Maybe you could explain just a little bit about why you're here.
Appreciate the opportunity. We're Steen Company is a estate planning firm. Been around since 1987, and we specialize in protecting people's life savings. When it comes to like long-term care issues, people are dealing with people at home, caring for them, assisted living, skilled nursing. We help with VA benefits. And so that's kind of what we're known for, and been here in Fresno since 1999, originally from Bakersfield, and so we operate throughout the state, and that's a little bit about what we do.
Okay.
So.
And you had mentioned earlier before the show something about Medi-Cal and some changes that are coming up.
Yeah.
Let's dive into that.
Absolutely. Most people, there's a lot of myths and misinformation that's out there, and rules are constantly changing, and so it's critical that people stay up to date, and that's really why I wanted to come on your show today. So I appreciate it, because there's a law that was just signed several weeks ago. Actually doesn't get implemented until January of 2017, but people need to know this now, especially if they're dealing with a loved one in a nursing home or they're looking to try to get there. And the big misconception is this: if you use long-term care Medi-Cal to help cover the cost of the nursing home, when you pass away, the state has the right, through a process called estate recovery, to send you a bill for all the money that they paid on your behalf. And we tend to think that that's unconstitutional and shouldn't happen, so we help people plan to avoid that. Just like, reducing your taxes, planning to avoid probate. This is just another thing that you can legally plan for. And but that does happen. The state does have the right to send you a bill, your estate, after you pass on, and you are on the hook for everything that they paid. So if you're in a nursing home for an average of 3 years, you might get a bill for $150,000, or your heirs will.
Wow.
And after they freak out and get back up, they're going to say, how do we pay this? And most people's only asset at that point would be their home. So now the family has to sell the home, and sometimes will satisfy that debt and sometimes it won't. So what we want people to know is that there's some new rules where the state's right to take your home from you after you pass has been extremely limited at this point, which is good news. Governor Brown actually did something good recently and signed this law. So the bottom line is, for those who pass away in January of 2017 or after, if you have a home in a revocable living trust, you do not need to worry about that home being lost to Medi-Cal estate recovery. Today you would if you passed away, and it's been this way for decades, but coming in January, anybody who has a home in a revocable living trust will not be subject to Medi-Cal estate recovery. And this is huge. This is something we've been waiting on a long time, because today, what we've done for years is we've used attorneys to help us protect homes, and you have to get a special trust, and most attorneys, there's two here in town, one charges $6,000 for it, the other charges $9,000 for it. We have a special deal for our clients. Our attorney is $1,600, and it's a pretty good deal. 41-year elder law attorney here in town, yeah.
Wow.
But that trust is necessary to avoid Medi-Cal estate recovery, and so after January, most people anyway, are not going to need that anymore. And they can deal with their existing trust, they can keep things as they are, less hoops that you have to jump through to avoid Medi-Cal estate recovery going forward, and it's just really good news. There's other misconceptions that if you have a home, you can't get on Medi-Cal. Well, your personal residence, folks, is actually exempt for Medi-Cal estate qualifying. But what they don't tell you, conveniently, is that if you don't get your home out of your name within 90 days of being approved, then the state can put a lien on it, and then you're subject to Medi-Cal estate recovery. So people have been told that you can only have $2,000 People have been told that you can't have rental properties or business income. These are all false, totally false. But you have to know the rules like anything else, you know.
Right.
And so it's very good news, and something that people should be aware of, because people will spend way too much time, way too much money, way too much energy trying to jump through hoops that they don't need to, especially after January.
Scary times. Wow.
Yeah. This is one of the things our government has done that actually is a good move. It's in the right direction, and so we're glad to see it.
Okay, good.
So
good. Well,
Yeah.
Explain where we could find you at. It's www.protectourlifesavings.com. It's down below on the.
yeah,
If someone wants to get a hold of you.
protectyourlifesavings.com. So thank you. Easiest way is protectyourlifesavings.com.
Okay.
We also have truthforseniors.com. We're on every social media, I believe that there is.
Great.
And so you can look up Steen and Company. You can look up Protect Your Life Savings. Truth for Seniors, it's the number 4 instead of the word. We're kind of all over the place and trying to put a lot of information out there for people. But we're certainly available. Our initial consultations are always free. And we'll help people if we can.
That sounds great. Well,
thank you.
Thank you so much for what you do, Gregory.
Appreciate your time.
Helping folks out. Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure to have you.
Thank you.